See, I'll tell you what. I think you have what it takes. I think if you're here, there's a reason for it that may be greater than you even understand. That if you're here, that you're meant to help people. It could be part of your life's work. It could be your mission. You know, like there's a reason that you're in this room today. It's not by chance that you're here. And I think if you're in this room, then you have what it takes. If you've made the investment, you've made the commitment, you've got this far. So you can do it. I know you can all do it. I don't know how long it's going to take though, because you might have some growing to do in the process. As I did, and still do. So this is key right here. You've got to be the leader that you want others to follow. Your downline are kind of like children. I got this maybe on some other slide. I might come up with this later. They actually do more as you do than what you tell them to do. So, let's think about it. If you've decided to become a premier, you've got to start leading the pack, don't you? Haven't you got to start doing the things that you expect them to do? That you want them to do? Because every choice that you make tends to duplicate. We have conference calls, right? Some of our leaders on our team don't support our own conference calls. They don't get on the conference calls themselves. And you know what I find? Their downline tends to follow them. Some people don't buy tools, and their downline tend not to buy tools. Some people don't go to events, and their downline tend not to go to events. Always will be exceptions, you see? So if every choice tends to duplicate in your downline, then you've got to be really careful what it is that you're doing, right? And what it is that you're saying. I mean, it all starts with you. Now, let's get into it. Everything starts with a dream. How many people agree with that statement? Do you know that the chairs you're sitting on was somebody's dream? This hotel, this building here, the Salt Palace, I wonder who dreamed this one up. That's a pretty big dream, wasn't it? Your clothing. Look at these beautiful Zango clothing here. Is that Sandy Cohen stuff? She had a dream, right? And these people are wearing her dream over here. Everything starts with a dream. And so this was Terry's dream. I thought I had your picture up there someplace. But there's her dream. You know, when we got involved in this business, she hadn't had a car for 22 years. We had one car, and she thought it might be nice to have her own car. Can you imagine that? Not having your own car for 22 years. And she wanted to go to Thailand. Right? Whoops. That's the dream. She wanted to go to Thailand, and she wanted that car. She wanted one of those little RAV4s so she could haul plants around to put them in the ground of her backyard. Right? That was her dream. But remember what I said? Dreams without action are like hallucinations. So she asked herself, okay, we've got to make this work, Art. Besides, it was her idea anyway, right? What can I do? I'm tired of being the mail lady. I don't want to just sit back and do nothing here. I'm tired of, picking up your pieces. I want to do something. What do you think I can do? I said, well, why don't you start doing some follow-up? You can start calling all the new members. And I mentioned that to you already. That's what she started doing. She was scared and she was nervous. She's used to hearing me yak. She'd go into the other room and she'd start calling people. And the phone was heavy in the beginning. But she got really good at it. Just calling people to say hello. Did you get your juice yet? Are you shaking up the bottle? Do you have any questions? Leaving messages on voicemail. That was her action step, right? And she got her car. You know what was really funny about this is that the engine went out in the car that I had, and we were like paying off bills, We were already making more money than we thought we were going to when we started. That's kind of cool, right? Your dreams sometimes turn out bigger than what you even thought. For some of you guys that are dreaming about $500 a month, you're going to change those dreams and start thinking $5,000 a month, right? Because you can see that it's possible. But we went out test driving different cars, and we had money, but we didn't want to go back into debt. We just had so much debt. We had credit card debts that were so big when we got started that we couldn't even pay them off if we refinanced our house. I didn't even want to know how much was on those cards. I didn't want to total it up. It's like those ignorance is bliss things, you know what I mean? And so I didn't want to get into debt, so we were looking to pay cash. I'll tell you, it's a different decision when you think about paying cash for a car than just a loan. You know, you think about it a little stronger. We went out looking at these, Infinities and all that kind of stuff, and it was like that was her dream. It was on her computer. That's the one that she had to have. And we went to Thailand. So we realized our first dream, and it was all based on her dream. And we're going to get into that. And then dreams sometimes change. We just upgraded paid cash for a new RAV for her, too. And she also had a dream about having one of our friends whose husband passed a few years ago that had never been back to our area. We flew them down, and we had a party for her, and had all of her friends over up on one of our, this is deck number 5. We got all kinds of decks. This is our waterfall down in here. And this is at that day of that party where we had dreams that we didn't even think about being able to help a neighbor out, an old friend, and fly her down. And she spent 10 days with us, and we took her out. So there's lots of dreams. So who in here has a dream? Who has a dream? Let's have them. Come on. Who's got a dream? He wants to play the top 100 golf courses in the world. When you think of a dream that you like, write it down. What else? Huh? A lake home? What else? RV your life away. What else? Travel the world? Come on, we can do better than this. Come on. Okay, Corvettes over here. What else? Quit your job? Stay-at-home dad. I love that one. Stay-at-home dad. Yeah, I had that at one time. Animal shelter over here. Wow. Isn't that cool? Look at all these dreams. Isn't it exciting? That's your dream. Write your dream down. Write it down. Even what you just said right now, one sentence is a spark that you can write down. I have a dream home. So we're going to go through some pretty intense stuff here on creating this premier mindset. And some of this you're going to want to do after you leave here, right? This is the beginning of it, isn't it? What is your why? What is your dream? You've got to have a reason.